I'm going to show you how to make a coffee cake for this recipe using 125 grams of self-raising flour with 125 grams of sugar, 2 large eggs. This is 85 grams large eggs. If you are using 50 grams, maybe use 3 of them. I'm using 2 eggs and 125 grams of softened butter. I have 2 teaspoons of coffee. I put 2 tablespoons of hot water and dissolves the coffee, and going to use half a teaspoon of baking powder. Into the mixing bowl, going to add the sugar and then the butter, and I'm going to beat this about 2-3 minutes until it's nice and creamy. Once it is ready, going to add the eggs and beat that again about 2 minutes until it's nice and creamy. Once it is ready, going to add the self-raising flour, and into that half a teaspoon of baking powder, and slowly mix it while adding the coffee. And make sure you have one 20 centimeter baking tray. This one I already sprayed it, but if you are using papers, make sure you put the papers and prepare the tray at this point, and your oven is on at 180. I'm going to add the coffee. I put that into the baking tray and going to put this in the oven maybe about 30 minutes. I finished baking the cake and I put that onto a wire rack, and it's cool enough to do the icing. For that I'm using 185 grams of icing sugar with 2 teaspoons of coffee and 85 grams of butter, and I'm going to mix all together and make a nice smooth paste. I cut the cake into 2 halves. Now I'm going to take a spatula and spread the icing all over the cake. Make sure when you are using a spatula, you have to use hot water always. Dip it in hot water and use the icing, then you can spread nicely. I sandwich the cake with the coffee icing and it's ready. So if you like, you can double the icing level and put a layer on top of the cake too. And I'm going to dust this with a little bit of icing sugar and finish it off. And the coffee cake is ready to serve, and I hope you will enjoy this recipe. Thank you for watching.